Today's topics will include how to get set to swing, which we think here at North Hills is such an important piece of the swing, because if your setup is good, then it's going to increase the chances and the probability of a good swing. So we'll teach you how to bend properly from your hips, and then we'll talk a little bit about the grip. We'll talk about your balance, and then we're going to introduce this common theme that we have here called our North Hills finish. I want to just show you some pictures of some improper posture. You can just see how rounded his back is. Your back is what you're supposed to rotate your body around, and unfortunately this young boy, there's no way that he can rotate very well. Then what happens next is, if he doesn't change, he grows up to look more like this guy, and his back is maybe not as rounded, but it does show a great deal of roundness, which makes it very difficult for him to swing. Then from there, it goes from that boy to this older man, and you can see how this older man in the pink, he's just so rounded, he really can't swing correctly at all. And that's going to also affect his balance in a negative way. This is a drill called the two-hand drill. Notice between my two hands, there's probably about 24 inches of space between my two hands. Now, when I turn this way, you can see that there's that space, 24 inches. Now, if I bend the way those pictures just did, you'll see that all of a sudden the space starts to get real small. And now my back is getting very, very rounded. And now my weight is getting all kind of improperly positioned over my feet. So that's the incorrect way. Now here comes the correct way. So there's the space. When I get set to swing, I want to feel as though I'm bending forward from my hips. Now the space between my two hands stayed the same, and you can see how my back is nice and straight. That back being straight is so important for the golf swing. Watch again. Bend correctly. And then from there, what would happen is my arms would just drop down and I'd be ready to swing. So kids, if we do this two-hand drill correctly, I'm going to put one hand on my belt buckle, I'm going to put one hand up by my throat, and when I bend, if you'll notice, I'm standing on this 2x4, I should be able to maintain my balance on this 2x4. If I bend incorrectly, I bend and then I start to lean forward. When you're getting set to swing, that your weight is centered on your feet, not too much on the toes, not too much on the heels. A balance board is a really good way to do it. So kids, this is another good way to kind of check your balance and to check that your posture is good. You can see that I'm standing on these balance discs, and they're a little bit wobbly. Now, if I do the two-hand drill correctly, when I bend from my hips, yes, I have a little bit of knee bend, but right now I feel as solid as an oak tree standing on these two balance discs. If I bend improperly, and all my body starts to do is lean, 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 then I fall off. You should be able to stand on those and maintain your balance.
All right, we're here with Dr. Charlie Puttwell. He's going to show us his proper posture. He's got his spine straight, his hips are slightly bent, and combining that good posture, we're going to show you the North Hills finish. As you see, his belly button is facing left of the target. The club is pointed back, and we look down, we count the colors on that shoe. We want to see the entire back of your shoe. How many colors there, Charlie?
I think there's 4.
And that is the North Hills finish.